Welcome to another episode of Adventures in Movies looks at dot dot. My name is Nathaniel Muir and I'm the movie editor at AIPT. This week I'm joined by the host of Adventures in Movies.
Hi, I'm Danny.
And I'm Blake. Hello.
And this week we are going to look at First One In. First One In is a comedy about Madi Cook, who's been thrown off a reality television show called Grits because she has no grits. She has inadvertently killed an endangered animal. This leads to her becoming embroiled in a battle for a prestigious tennis championship. Are we in for plenty of unforced errors? Or does it hit an
Oh,
ace?
Oh,
Ooh, man, I'm choking.
you
on
might say it's 30 love.
I wish I knew more tennis puns.
Just start cussing like John McEnroe.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, that's what I was gonna do either
Or
way.
just
Fuck
just
it.
hit a tennis ball into the back of a line judge's neck, and then it's all good.
I'm just gonna say I think the line judge overplayed it. It's okay.
It was pretty. I mean, I don't know, man.
That's
It's
it's fine.
not the first time it's happened, but it looked pretty painful. It did.
It did.
So what we have here is a tennis comedy about a person who accidentally killed a animal and now has to win a championship from a real estate tycoon. What expectations did you have going into this movie?
I didn't even know what the name of the movie was, so I had no. I thought it was just like tennis comedy, and I was like, all right, we're gonna watch a tennis. Like, I guess it has to do something with tennis. And so I had no expectations, but like right off the bat, like it's like they served it, and it got me laughing. It got me laughing.
Yeah, no, I was kind of expecting, I guess, like some kind of tennis tournament, like maybe taking place in like I don't know, it's an English sport, right? So England probably. I had no idea what to expect, but I was delighted with what we had.
Yeah.
I was thinking that it would be just really corny and over the top with tennis puns, which we will get to. But
Right.
I wasn't expecting to really enjoy it as much as I eventually did. I thought it would be okay if that. But I guess I really I didn't have high expectations. I can say that much for it. So, lots of characters in this movie. Lots of characters. Did you guys ever think that there were too many characters in this?
No,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
didn't
think.
either. Yeah.
Yeah, it felt like one of like it's just a well ensemble comedy in a way, or not in a way, but it worked really well. All the characters flowed really well or worked together really well. It kind of reminded me like Johnny Knoxville, The Ringer. Like everybody had their own place. I know it's such a weird movie to like bring up, but I felt like every character had their shining moment in this, and they all had really good banter. That's another thing that I liked.
Yeah, there was a ton of characters, like all very little parts, but
Right.
no, I don't think it took away from it. When they were on screen, everybody kind of added and had their own like everybody did a great job of having their own unique little personality, quirk or trait that kind of stood out. I liked it.
You run the risk of when you have that many characters of, I think, and totally different type of movie, but the It movies are a really good example. If you
Mm.
have too many characters, some are inevitably just going to get ignored. And in this case, like Blake said, there's some parts that are smaller than others, but everyone plays off each other very well. So there are a lot of characters. Whether there's too much or not really depends on your taste. I didn't think it was too many, though. I thought she did an excellent job of Gene O'Brien is the writer. I thought she did an excellent job of keeping everything reined in. So my next question would be, who's your favorite character? And you cannot pick Bobby Mason. That's an easy one.
Bobby Mason. No, I loved Maddie, the main character, Kat Foster. She was awesome. She did a fantastic job. I love the setup. The first thing you see is how she gets kicked off of grits, and
Hilarious. And
it's
what's
hilarious.
obviously a wig.
Yeah,
Yes, there's like a blurred spot that's like very subtle, like that's like there's a
Yeah.
lot of subtle stuff to this movie and she's just really solid throughout, and great timing. I really liked her a lot.
Speaking of subtlety, one of the characters that I liked a lot, and that might be a stretch to call him a character, is so they had two really funny receptionists in this. I like the one who used to be a ball boy,
Oh
but he
boy,
was now
yeah.
a man. I
Ball
love
can't
when
fall.
after the interaction and everyone's sitting by the desk, he's like a ball boy. He's just watching kind of watching the line kind of. And I thought it's subtle. It's really like he's not doing anything outlandish. He's just in the background being a
Yeah.
ball boy basically. And then he makes some random commenter, but I thought that was really really funny. Great job, and yeah, Maddie is great. Bobby Mason. Bobby Mason,
Holy
very
shit.
interesting character. What did you think of Bobby Mason? She walks a very fine line, I think. What did you think of her?
She's the perfect like out there character. She knows what she wants and she's there to get it. I think that's why I like her. She made me like Dick Duncan as a character. It's because she's like, well, I met it. He told me in person. Like it's like kind of like name dropping. It's like
Right.
knowing somebody. I feel like I've known this person already, and they're always just name dropping. Well, he told me that's why. It's hilarious. I think she was a very funny character, and
Yeah.
the actress did a really good job with her as well.
I just spoke with the writer and director Gina O'Brien. Not to draw, no, but I actually asked about the character. I actually asked who Bobby Mason was based. She said it's based on real people that she knows, which is hilarious.
Oh, so that's what I was gonna say. I was like, a movie like this kind of needs like that over the top kind of like bad guy, kind of like Dodgeball with Ben Stiller's character,
Yeah,
Exactly.
and and like you said, there's a fine line between that being just ridiculous and like kind of like cringy every time they're on screen, and just being really fun. She's super fun, and I think there's like it's just absurd enough, and it's funny that because what I was gonna say about her is like she's like people I've met. I mean, she's just like a little bit extra, but she's
yeah,
like some
Yeah,
people I know.
the knob is turned up to 11 unless you're in Spinal
Definitely.
Tap, then
yeah,
it's a little further. But
Yeah.
yeah, she's an ultra competitive name dropper who's like people in real life. Like
yeah.
you know this person. I think she also walked the fine line. Yeah, there's a part that it could have been easily cringy, but it also could have been that character was so likable that you couldn't accept her as a villain. But she does the perfect job of being laugh out loud funny, but you still can't stand her.
yeah.
In a good way. You can't stand. You love to hate her. Is
Yeah,
basically.
absolutely.
So I didn't notice this until Blake pointed this out. So I think it again goes to subtlety, or maybe I'm just oblivious to life. But there's no romantic subplot in this. I
Which is
thought that
good.
was I thought that was very awesome.
Yeah.
But the focus on this is a friendship. I would say so.
Mhm.
Everyone here seems to like how they did it. So did you guys think there was going to be a romantic subplot?
Uh, with the introduction of Dick Duncan's son, I thought there might have been something. They even like mentioned it, and it's not negative towards this at all. Again, I
Absolutely.
feel like
Yeah.
bringing the friendship between Maddie and Ollie, that's where I think because they were just lost within their own worlds, and trying to
Right.
reconnect. I think that's what was more important to their friendship and to the characters again.
Yeah, I thought this movie was really well written and edited. I think because I think that there may have I've done some thinking about it. I think there may have been a romantic subplot there. That I think maybe when they were watching it and they got into the editing room, they kind of thought, you know what, like we don't need it. We really don't
Right.
need it. And you would never know if it was in there. You never know that it was. And yeah, I thought it was a really nice change of pace to have a movie like this that isn't just totally G-rated. Just kind of be about your
No.
friends. And friendships and rekindling old friendships and stuff like
Right.
that. I thought it was cool. I thought it had a really cool message.
I thought it was super refreshing. I was waiting for the dying to turn, and I was waiting for her to fall in love with a rich, handsome dude. It was bound to happen. And then
I mean, I did.
he's really insignificant in the
Yeah.
grand scheme of things. So I thought that was really cool. I really enjoyed it. It was so well done that I didn't even notice it until Blake pointed out afterwards, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's true, very true." So messaging in this movie, I thought in the beginning because we hear on Adventures in Movies we were talking about memes and internet and stuff like that. So in the beginning, Grits reality TV show, and people are so worked up over it that she can't even leave her house. She's being mobbed. America
Uh,
hates her
yeah.
basically.
Her parents. Oh my
Uh,
god.
Not her
so,
parents. Not his
No, not her
parents.
parents. Yeah,
no, but they
but her
have to
parents were
suffer for it
funny.
too.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
were
her
suffering
parents.
for it.
It turns out that maybe there's a slight message there, but there's really no societal messaging, no social commentary really in this movie. Did you think there was anything wrong? It totally caught me off guard because everything has social commentary nowadays, and I liked that it was just comedy for the sake of comedy.
It was pure, man. That's what I loved about it.
Yeah. I don't think it needed it. I think that's why I guess brought it up with like the Ringer, like where it's just making fun of itself. Like it knows what it is, and it doesn't need to have this kind of like underlying message about what the world's really like. No, it's just this is just fun. It's pure, as Blake said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the message there. I mean, it's about someone trying to get their confidence back. That's basically
Get her life together, man. Like
Yeah.
feeling like
Yeah.
you're a little bit too old and a little bit washed up, and getting your life, turning it around. That's awesome.
Everyone hates you. I mean, you're good at things, but everyone thinks they're better than you. Yeah, that really
Oh,
good
you sound
stuff.
familiar.
So there is a recurring character in there, a little boy. Um, what did you think of this character? I thought he was hilarious. He said things that men don't say to women anymore in
No.
movies.
Yeah. I think that's why this movie works so well, because like it didn't. It just seemed like she was going to be like harassing the child, but he just came back with like some really good comebacks, and you're just like, whoa!
And they don't overdo it. They don't
Exactly,
overdo it.
yeah.
Yeah, it's super funny.
Yeah.
And it caught me off guard. Like the shit that he said was like, I was like, oh shit! Like kind of lays the hammer down. And I thought, okay, we're gonna get a whole bunch more of this kid. You don't really, and you don't need any more. Really, it's awesome.
You don't. You get the one scene, and actually, I was drinking water when he first when he makes an appearance, and because it totally caught me off guard, I spit it out. It was really well done, very fun, and you're right, like very easy to overdo. That kind of like when there's a comedy with a cussing grandma in it, and they really quickly get. It's funny the first time, and so they do it like 10 more times, and it's not so funny anymore. So it's not a perfect movie. What jokes didn't work for you?
I don't know. Like there was some stuff in there. I don't think I could really pick out any one particular joke, but there was just some moments in there that I was kind of like, all right, kind of like we kind of made this joke and this statement once already or twice maybe. Like we don't really have to do it again. But I don't think anything really stood out to me has been like kind of like, all right,
You know
this
what
is
did
bothering
you
me.
know what didn't bother me surprisingly was the amount of balls jokes in it.
Tons of balls
you
jokes.
you figure you could tell, but you know what I did get? I wasn't a big fan of, and they really tried to hammer it home. Was the Ryan Gosling joke?
Oh,
Wasn't that one? I was kind of like, yeah, all right, like I get it. Like, and the Doris Day thing, like, oh, everyone says she looks like Doris Day. She doesn't. I get it. Like,
yeah.
but for the most part, there's nothing that was like offensively bad at all. There's nothing else.
No.
So, how did you guys feel about it's a comedy, lighthearted comedy, so writing isn't necessarily the strong point. So, what did you guys think of the ending?
The ending was kind of what do you want? What do you want from a from a movie like this? Like I thought they put a bow on it and it wrapped it up, and it was does it feel a little rushed? Did it kind of be okay? That's the end. Yeah, a little bit, but I don't care. It kind of like gave me exactly what I wanted. I didn't care one way or the other.
Yeah, I don't feel like this. Like the movie was really strong, so and I feel like they didn't know how to end it. So we've all written, our Great American Tale, and we're just like, well, how are we gonna do this? You kind of just like, oh, this happens, and then
6 months later.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they knew exactly how to end it. Everyone gets what they want. Yeah. Happily ever
Hey, I'm
after.
okay with it.
So, what did you guys think was the best joke in the movie? There's a lot of them. I mean, it's rapid fire. What was it?
All right, so the ball boy, the one that you were talking about, like he kind of just is always kind of overlooking his shoulder to say that that was him, that he was the world famous
Oh
like
yeah,
ball
there's
boy, like
a
without even
picture of
saying it. Yeah, it's just like he's just like just kind of doing this
Uh,
thing,
yeah.
and right when Bobby Mason is introduced to Maddie, he's still kind of like doing like the whole like he's waiting for that ball. Like I thought that was a very subtle joke. I thought it was really really funny. I honestly I do think that that is like the best joke in this whole movie.
yeah, there's a couple. The team member from the indoor tennis club that's always dropping motherfucker when she hits a shot.
Oh, the
Really,
bad motherfucker.
yeah, bad motherfucker. That was really funny. But the thing that stood out to me about this movie the most is like a really well crafted comedy has a lot of stuff that you kind of like. I want to watch it again because I know there's like little things in the background that were
Yeah.
happening, like when they're popping open the tennis balls and they're like taking a big whiff. Like there's just like so there's like a lot of we keep saying subtle. There's a lot of that stuff in this movie that I just when I picked up on it, it really like tickled my funny bone. I kind of like had a face hurt from smiling through this entire movie. Like I really, 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 really had a good time with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what joke that was hilarious was she earns the right to name the baby.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bjorn Borg.
And Bjorn Borg is the name. Oh, and then it's a female, so it makes it even funnier. Like, they just kept adding layers and layers to the joke. So so good. I thought that was great.
Yep.
So final thoughts on first one in, and Blake, we'll start with you here. Is it a opening night? It is already out on video on demand, or is it a rental, wait to stream, or completely ignore?
You know what? Had I seen this previous to this getting released in a theater run or something, I would say go to the theater for it. Go spend some money on it. I really, really enjoyed it. It's a total change of pace. It's kind of if you're a fan of like I would say like 30 Rock and like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, like you're gonna love. I think you're gonna love this movie. I sure did.
Yeah, I with all the subtle jokes like 30 Rock and even Arrested Development, I do feel like this movie does deserve your money's worth. I think it's a good movie. It does what it does, and it does it kind of like really in a really fun way. So I really would say like go out and see this movie in theaters now.
Yeah, I would. If all things were, I would absolutely say this is an opening night. I mean, I don't remember the last time I saw a comedy. I mean, Hobbs and Shaw was
Yeah.
hilarious, but I don't know if that counts. But this is a movie that you absolutely should pay top dollar for if you have the chance to see it in theaters. Excellent stuff. If you just want to forget about the garbage fire that is the world right now, and you want to laugh for an hour and a half and have a genuinely good time, I mean, this is it. This is the movie. We cover all kinds of movies on here. Some of them aren't as happy as this. We have documentaries. Oh my
True.
gosh, live animated documentaries. Uh, all over the world. You may have heard of them. You probably haven't, but we cover them on here. If there's anything that you think we should cover, let us know in the comments below. We have an open review policy. Adventures in Movies, check us out on Spotify and iTunes. Adventures in Movies Quick and Dirty here on YouTube. Thank you very much, and we will talk to you next week.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Adios.